Feeling isolated, invisible, insignificant, loneliness is more than just a bad vibe. In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General declared loneliness an epidemic, citing its connection to a greater risk of cardiovascular disease, dementia, stroke, depression, anxiety, and premature death. An organization in Charlotte, North Carolina is trying to give people feeling lonely a place to interact. Natisha Lance shows us how.
We met up with Katie Sheehan at Vinyl in South End. It's a place she spent a good bit of time over the last few years.
I always tell people just to walk in confident.
Making new friends and helping others do the same.
Everybody else who's in the room is there for the same purpose, and that purpose is to find community.
Building community is Sheehan's gift. She started Charlotte Social Club in 2022 to do it.
Now we host day parties and happy hours to help people make friends.
Some of those events bring in up to 1,200 people. There's no name tags or icebreakers, just the desire to make connections.
That first hour to an hour and a half is more of that mix and mingle, intentional conversation time.
The epidemic of loneliness is an issue former U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy introduced 2 years ago.
Loneliness, causes stress.
Those stress levels have gone up among all ages of Americans since Murthy first talked about the epidemic, with rates of loneliness reaching its highest level in 2 years at 20%.
It's probably intuitively obvious, we have depression and anxiety very much mixed up in that, but it also has some impact on health.
With links to heart disease, stroke, vulnerability to infections, Alzheimer's, and even lung problems. But there are ways to prevent loneliness.
I think in large part it's being purposeful, with our relationships, setting a time to connect with a friend or a friend who you've seemingly lost contact with.
I have to make the choice to step out of my comfort zone, to make these friendships and pursue a friendship with somebody.
But even in a growing city like Charlotte, finding and making those connections is possible. We just have to be intentional.
Well, I was stunned that it was a story on younger people. So, loneliness has nothing to do with age, really, and we need to be thinking about each other. We are social creatures, and socialization is so important.
I've moved around a lot in my life, and then I noticed when I have friends of mine who have children, I don't have children, and other friends have moved that, I have one friend out in Washington State, and we had a phone call, and we said, we've got to set a time every year to physically see each other. Like, we had to do that because 6 years had gone by. I hadn't even laid eyes on her.
Right, right. And I think we do that. And when we age, we actually become a little more selective of those relationships. I know my BS factor is much less than it used to be when I was younger. And so I think I have higher quality friendships, and I nurture those differently now than I did when I was younger and more social, but it's still important to stay connected.
Yeah, that's one of the things that people tend to do as they get older. They will become more isolated. And I think many times they don't realize that, and they don't understand the toll that it takes on their body. Like he said, it is a stress. And the stressor hormone is cortisol, and cortisol wreaks havoc. It does so much, it regulates all the other hormones.
So I was hearing intention, purpose, and we really just have to look out for each other. And that's what this show is all about. We're all getting older, and it's about time we talked about it. So until next time on Aging Untold.